Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Seniors Advisory Committee meeting for Monday, December 9th, 2024. Going to call this meeting to order at 1:30 and a motion to approve the agenda, please. Member Meyer, Member Silverton. So as circulated, all those in favor? That's carried. So I think we're missing Member Brown and Geoff VanGeem will not be joining us this afternoon either from Southeast Grey Community Health Center. Declaration of pecuniary interest. Does anybody have anything? Not seeing anything. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes that the Seniors Advisory Committee approve the 2024-11-18 meeting minutes as presented. Member Meyer is moving that. Member Ford, any discussion on those minutes? Okay, all those in favor? Oh, I think, were you voting, Member Halliday, or did you want to make?
Oh, no, I was just voting.
Okay, all right.
Saying hello.
So that's carried. Items for consideration, 5.1, update from the municipality. Just 3 items. Terms of reference for Senior Advisory Committee were passed, and I think maybe the only change or the major change was that we will be going to bi-monthly meetings or at the call of the chair. So if there is something that's very time sensitive, we can call a meeting as long as we give 48 hours notice for the agenda to be published. Another item, I don't know if anybody did the survey for the branding strategy.
No.
Yeah, so that was, it was kind of 50-50 for and against. So council decided to not move forward with that. The other item was the resolution from the last meeting regarding the Trillium grant. Oh, Member Silverton.
Thank you. If I may, just a quick word about the branding. I realize a lot of work was put in by staff, and kudos to them for that. However, since seeing that idea of the leaf coming out of a ladder, I've seen it on Toronto garbage trucks and other places. So God bless them. They did their best, and thank you.
Okay, thanks for that comment. So the resolution that was made at the last Seniors Advisory Committee regarding the Trillium grant, it was approved by council with a little tweak. We didn't restrict it to Trillium grant, so any grants.
Oh, good.
And there is one specific, and it's a seniors community grant program that the grant writer is familiar with. So not sure who, I guess it would be one of the members of the subcommittee for the health fair that perhaps would follow up with the municipality.
Yeah.
Regarding grants. Member Kerr?
Yeah, I'd be glad to follow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my report. Not a lot this time. Any other questions? If not, I would entertain a motion that the Seniors Advisory Committee receive the municipal update for information. Member Silverton and Member Meyer, any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Let's carry. We'll skip over 5.2 as Geoff is not with us this afternoon.
Just if I may, Mr. Chair,
Sure.
we did have a little bit of a conversation at the last meeting about the CHC's ability to bring in appliances and things to them, or whether they would give let's say charitable receipts and things. So he did answer in his reply to us that they don't really do that. Although if, let's say, someone had a recently new wheelchair that they wanted to turn over to the CHC with management approval, you might be able to get a charitable receipt if they needed it, and you worked with them. So that's a possibility. It's not something they do.
And I think he said and receipt attached to that.
Yeah. But that does happen, so he can be accommodating. I just wanted that, since that was part of our discussion. Thanks.
Okay. 5.3 is the update on Council on Aging, and there's the November summary, which we had last meeting verbally, but there it is in writing. And they met again last Friday. And Lynn, were you there?
No, not last Friday. I can't look it up because I'm on my cell phone. But the meeting is, I think, next Friday. And the next week I will be attending the Grey County Council on Aging. Not Council on Aging. Sorry, the Grey County Age Friendly meeting, which is to recommend to Council on Aging whether or not we're being duplicated and we need not continue, given a lot of the members of the existing board don't attend much because they have other responsibilities. The three main members have taken on so much themselves, they've burned out. Meanwhile, the rest of us have found other places to lean on during the meetings. So that's I have a very strong feeling that we will be disbanding, and my membership on the age friendly may well happen.
Okay. Yeah, I know the next meeting, I thought it was actually last Friday, but if it's this coming Friday, the agenda is basically the same. Further discussion on the future of the Council on Aging Committee. So, okay, so we'll wait to hear back the results of that at our next meeting.
It's definitely the 13th.
Okay. Okay, 5. A motion that the Seniors Advisory Committee receive the Council on Aging update for information. Member Meyer, you're quick with your hand. And Member Halliday, any discussion? All those in favor? That's carried. Again, is there anything on the action plan subcommittee, or will we just move to the age-friendly health fair? Yeah, okay, so we'll skip over 5.4. 5.5 is the age-friendly health fair subcommittee update. And who is Member Ford? Okay.
Yeah, I'll start. We numbers of us have met together, as well as done work separately. We met with Stuart Ann and I met with Geoff Rosenberg, who's a newly appointed acting executive director, I think, of the
CEO.
library. Thank you. Of the CEO. I don't know what the difference is. CEO at the library. And he was wonderful. He listened to what we were doing and gave us a tour, and then connected me with the woman whose name is Chelsea, the liaison between the school board and the library. And we've made a meeting for the 17th of this month to talk about accessing or having access to meeting with members of the school board so as to involve youth in this age-friendly fair, and working with that school board, with teachers, with whoever can help us on various kinds of projects that we are thinking about, and see if we can develop some kind of a relationship with them, particularly because kids have expertise, kids have grandparents, and kids have volunteer hours that they have to fill. And we thought that this would be an ideal place for them to do that with their youth. I've also been in touch with people who have helped to organize the agricultural fair in Markdale, and they, as well as Kathy Fraser from the CCHC, have been really helpful in providing names of organizations and people who run various activities that are age-friendly in the municipality. And we've sent off a bunch of letters to investigate whether or not they might be interested in joining us and in what way. And we've also begun to look at the question of food and been in touch with the Legion. And also I got the wonderful name of a guy who has a food truck. I can't remember the name of it. Funny name. Anyway, we'll get in touch with him. His name was given to me both by someone who ran another fair, as well as other people I know who have used his services, and will investigate as to whether that might be something that is possible. We had spoken to Mr. DeLuca, who thought it might be a good idea, and talked to us about all the public health issues that are essential. So we're just looking into it at this point.
Okay.
And
before I go to questions, is there any more to the report? Is anybody else going to make?
yeah, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Member Kerr?
I think it was circulated, hopefully with the minutes, the exhibitors and the vendors, how we
Yes.
clustered them into the age-friendly model. Because part of what we need to do is define what does it mean to have an age-friendly health fair, how it might be different. So what we did was we clustered expand mobility options, the smart car, the Sogain mobility, and all the things that we know about. And with the approval of our committee, this committee, we'd like to go ahead and contact most of these people who are really agencies almost entirely. They're not individuals who might profit from being at the fair, to confirm their participation in the fair. Yeah, that's what we'd like to do. And what it just what arises is having a fair and open process whereby people can belong to the fair, like get one of the coveted tables. You know, there are only 28 tables. And so it's a relatively small fair. So half of them would be taken up by this group of people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there any other report coming forward? Member Meyer.
I was wondering if Anne could also share with us her summary of what an age-friendly health fair actually means, so that when we people, right? And I was thinking for that because I have scheduled a meeting with Ruben McCallum from the Chamber of Commerce next week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because he just ran the Christmas fair in Flesherden, and they did the tree lighting, and so he has some expertise also in running events, and I offered him to collaborate so that we can involve businesses in the community that would fit what we want to do. So if you could just share that with us, that would be wonderful. And there was something else. No, I forgot. Welcome to the club.
Okay. Member Kerr?
Yeah, I'll circulate that for these minutes because it's more or less a draft, but what it does is it explains what the age-friendly model is and how it differs from other, for instance, in the application of a health fair, how it's different in terms of the engagement of all age groups together, and not just focused on health, but on well-being and being connected. So I'll send that out with our minutes, if that's all right with Danielle.
Yeah. All right. Okay, if there's nothing else in the report, I'll go to questions. Member Silverton?
Thank you. I believe it was mentioned this was going to happen in the Kinplex,
Yes,
and uh, uh, and it will be during the better weather months. So, may I strongly suggest that you involve the farmers market? Ron Barnett, I can forward to Anne or Anka or somebody his contact, but he's the one that organizes our use of the Kinplex. In fact, on Saturday coming, we have our Christmas fair. We've done it for nearly 40 years. And I'm sure he would be more than willing to help out with the planning of that sort of thing. He's the one that has the layout plans and everything best for the flow of traffic, etc. At the same time, you'll have the farmers market occurring up by the pavilion. So, with his experience of these things, and I have a little as well, we can maybe join the two because the farmers market does have a huge following, and so you'll have these people anyway coming. And we usually work together with whatever group is in the Kinplex. They send them to us, and we send them to them, etc. And we involve the library as well. So it's quite smooth. It's very smooth because it's been done for decades.
mhm.
Paul would know that too. So I'd be
Well,
happy
Lynn,
to. Huh?
Lynn, you're saying that the farmers market will be happening at the same time. What are you referring to there?
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be on a Saturday during which month?
No, it's on a Tuesday, I
Wednesday,
believe, a
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah,
It's a Wednesday, not a
Wednesday,
Oh.
June 11th.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'll give you Ron Burnett's contact because he can help you with the planning in the Kinplex, how it's set up. I have this set up for Saturday if you want that. I did send it after the last meeting, but it bounced back, and I don't know whether it's me or whatever. It's an age thing, you know.
We, sorry to interrupt, but through the chair, Ron Burnett did provide the layout
Yeah.
plan to us,
Yeah.
and Member Kerr and Ford and Mayor have a copy of that from Ron.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you for your help
Didn't
on
know
that.
that. Didn't
Well,
know
no,
that.
that's
Sorry.
okay. Not a problem. It's good to double up on the contributions that Ron has made to our community. So no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Member Meyer.
Now I remember what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
Because we don't know what kind of weather it will be, whether it will be hot and we need shade, or whether we will need shelter from rain. Also thinking of a potential tent rental, or like a setup where people can sit under and have their food or drink their coffee while being sheltered from the sun or the rain. And I know in Thornbury that the Rotaries are doing such a rental. But I was wondering if here in our community, you know anybody who is actually doing that.
There used to be Four Seasons, but they're not in the area now. So I don't know that we have one in Grey Highlands. But whoever you get, just keep in mind that over a certain size, you'll need a permit, a building permit. So that will have to be taken into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that do it. So, and I'm sure Kathy Fraser can tell you because they've done all kinds of things in Markdale as well on tents. So, but
Okay.
as Paul says, it's over a certain size, you need a building permit. So,
Okay.
and it's a good idea. So,
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Member Kerr, did I see your hand a few
Yeah.
moments ago?
We actually, Member Ford and I did go through the Kinplex with Rob Del Duca, and he seemed to be in charge of it. I'm not sure if Ron Barnett and Rob have the same role or one has inherited the role.
Ron Barnett is just a volunteer. I shouldn't say just, he is a volunteer in the community, and I was the manager of the farmers market. He is not a municipal employee.
Okay. So we did go over many of these details with Rob Del Duca, who is a part of the municipal. He is a municipal employee. And
Yes.
he knows all about this, and he's on everything, on all the details that seem to be relevant. Except for the tent rental. That seemed to be a new detail that we should consider well in advance.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments for the subcommittee? Okay, not seeing anything. So there is a motion that the Seniors Advisory Committee receive the Age-Friendly Health Fair Subcommittee update for information. Who would like to move that? Member Ford and Member Halliday. Any further discussion? All those in favor? That's carried. Okay, 5.6, home and community care, and that was Member Halliday. There's a link there. There's also, well, you can go in through the link or go to the
Right.
other and then get to that page. So, Member Halliday, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I was watching something at the county recently. One of their minutes or meetings. Pardon me for the dog is screeching in the background. Apologize. So basically, they were talking about actually the transportation in Grey County and the possibility that the funding for the provincial funding would disappear on that van that goes backwards and forwards. So there is a little bit of an effort happening to think about the potential of home and community care vans working with the smart system, working with the other vans. So that got me thinking about home and community care. So I went and whether or not we had anything on our website under seniors. So I went there and I didn't see anything on our information page about home and community care. So I did look it up, and there's a new post from the province saying that home and community care support services is now Ontario Health at Home. So et cetera, it goes on and on and on. So it's like to keep our seniors page up to date. My recommendation is that we put the Ontario provincial government's conversation about home and community care support care on our seniors website. So my motion would be to ask the municipality to add the home and community care support services page that I submitted to our seniors page on our web page.
Okay. Somebody like to, okay, Member Silverton is seconding that. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor? So when those minutes go to council, I'll pull that out and
Right.
bring that to council. Okay. Next item, no, I guess we need to receive that. The Seniors Advisory Committee received the home and community care discussion for information. Mover and a seconder, Member Meyer and Member Kerr. All those in favor? That's carried. 5.7 meeting schedule. So as I said, bi-monthly at 1:30, and the dates are there. Any discussion on those dates?
Do we have to decide if through the chair, which ones would be in person or?
There is at the bottom.
Is that, okay, I didn't see that, sir. Okay, great, okay.
Let's ask to choose the 2 dates that we would like to have in person.
Right, okay. That's been done then.
It hasn't yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'll read the motion that the Seniors Advisory Committee schedule their 2025 regular meetings to occur on the second Monday of the month, bi-monthly at 1:30 as follows: Monday, February 10th, Monday, April 14th, Monday, June 9th, Monday, August 11th, and then Tuesday, August 14th, as Monday is a holiday, Monday, December 8th, and that the Seniors Advisory Committee schedule the following meetings to take place in person at the Grey Highlands Municipal Office, and that the remaining regular meetings take place virtually. So I need 2 suggestions for the in-person, and my suggestion would be during good weather.
Mhm. Mhm.
Good idea.
Member
My,
Silverton?
my suggestion, similar to yours, I would move that we have the August and September.
There's no September meeting.
There is no September, so
Okay.
August and October.
October, or the one before August is June, right?
Yes.
June and August. We don't want to drive in nasty stuff.
Okay.
What's the date of our fair again, Anne?
It's
June.
June 11th.
11.
Yeah,
So is
it's
there,
better we meet in person, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually nice.
all right. So will be before or after this meeting?
So
What-
June 9th would be 2 days before the.
Okay, so that would be a good
Yeah.
to make sure that we meet on the 9th then, in person,
And then August 11th, we could do a kind of a,
wrap up. Yeah,
yeah, see how
Okay.
things
Perfect.
went and.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
is
that's-
everybody okay with those
Yep.
2 dates?
that
Did you
would-
not need a motion?
It's in there.
That's what I made?
That's what I read.
Yeah.
So we will insert June 9th and August 11th. So any other discussion on that motion?
Well, we need a seconder, don't we?
Well, we're doing the whole motion. So if you're moving the whole thing,
Kit and caboodle.
okay, all right, the seconder,
Also, sorry.
Member Meyer, okay, discussion on that whole motion. I'm not seeing anything, so all those in favor? That's carried. Members' privilege. Member Halliday.
Yeah, as usual. Just on the home and community care concept, there's a movement on the Seniors Advisory Committee that we get probably all copied on, and it's called PACE. And there's some municipalities down in Durham and Ajax that are asking for greater participation in the government in this particular area. So I just want to mention the word PACE, and that perhaps then I will send something to this committee about PACE, okay? And that maybe there's something in Grey County that could be, could augment our efforts to make that home and community care more important in our community. So I'll just do some follow up on that. Just that's on the other thing is that the accessibility. Now that have some issues with walking, I've mentioned it several times, but there doesn't seem to be. There is an accessibility. There is a member of our staff that sits on the accessibility program at the county, but that's like if that seems to deal at a much higher level. If you're building a new building, you can have it checked out by this committee, etc. But if I have some comments about parking in Fletcher and Markdale or wherever about accessible parking, there doesn't seem to be a portal to discuss that. So I'm not quite sure how the municipality wants to deal with accessible parking spaces. So that would be a comment that I would ask you as a councillor to maybe sort out for us.
Well, there'll have to be a motion made with a request,
All right.
either that or a delegation to council.
Well, how about a motion, and you can bring it up at the next meeting time when these minutes are being read. Okay.
Just before I was going to say just before coordinator Thompson pops up, I don't know that we should be making a motion that specific here without.
No, I agree. We're in the gray zone. I understand that. So I'll make a motion along with Pace, for the next meeting. Okay. So
Okay.
I've got that message. I remember. Thanks, Danielle. She just popped up on a string there. Thank you. Appreciate that. The other thing that is one of the things on aging in place. So I saw an article recently about this. A lot of seniors' homes which used to go to the market are now no longer coming onto the market, and so there's a shortage of turnover of homes because of the aging in place. So that's kind of like a bit of a downside. It's just something that's part of it. But again, it's just so that we know as the more aging in place happens, the less turnover of some of these bungalows and homes that people live in. But the other thing is, so that's just a comment. The other comment is the Meaford, Thornbury, and Collingwood seem to have addressed and have developers that are addressing the that next kind of home that you could buy. Most of them, let's say, are on land or where you can lease the land and buy the home. There's some communities that have developed for that kind of concept, and I would say that we may supersaturate the residential homes, and yet I think there's a big need for us to talk to some of the developers in our area to think about that type of home. The young fellow down Colton is building something down in Fletcher and done a good job there, but that's only 5 units. And I see another unit maybe being built in Markdale, but there is a need to have that next home that that's taken care of, like a condo, etc. Even building a condo apartments, there's a need. I'm reaching a point where my house is too big. I can't do the maintenance, and yes, I can have somebody come and do it, but I'm thinking of my next options, and there aren't any. If I wanted to stay in Grey Highlands, there's no options in Grey Highlands for that kind of community, a seniors community. So, and I know we had a fellow who at one time was going to build 14 homes next to the golf course, and he went on, and actually he's now building homes around the Meaford golf course, and they're selling very, very well. So I'm just saying I know that council is undertaking some economic development issues, but that's one that I would like to see discussed with developers, the concept of developing homes for seniors, built on somewhat like the model of Thornbury Meadows, where they have 83 homes, and their maintenance is done. You get nothing for free, by the way, but your maintenance is done, and and if, let's say, you can take your equity in your current home and probably still have money left over. So anyhow, it's just a thought of, and I guess ultimately, once this committee, Economic Development Committee gets going, perhaps I might make a delegation to that committee. So about that subject, just
Okay.
an awareness.
Thank you. Member Meyer?
To that point, when I was at the health fair in Thornbury, and I also knew that from talking to other people in the community in Thornbury, the United Church has a different program. It's sometimes it's helpful to think in a different way. So Stuart was thinking of buying a new home that better fits his needs. But what the United Church in Thornbury actually offers, and you don't have to be a member of the church, they offer that to the whole community. And maybe we can have somebody at the
The health
town
fair.
after that, or the health center. What they offer is that they connect young
Just
people.
Member Meyer, I think what we should do here is, I think Member Halliday is going to bring something forward for another agenda. We're getting into a topic that isn't on the agenda. So I think if that's going to be brought forward at a future meeting, that you then can bring it up or include it with his submission.
It has to do with housing for old people. So that's why I thought it's on topic.
Well, there is no topic right now on the agenda. This is members' privilege, where you make a comment or something you're going to bring up at another meeting. So we shouldn't really get into
Perhaps, Anka, we'll talk and you'll give me some information, because I just actually also read an article today about the Meaford Rotary has 54 homes that they look after, or apartments. So there are all different things happening around us. So we need to identify that. That's all.
So in general, housing for older people in our community becomes more and more important.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Else for members' privilege. Member Silverton?
Thank you. I just wanted to comment on the parking issue that was raised. Grey and Bruce counties are known for their having an excess of seniors. However, I've noticed in various places an excess of family parking and less accessible parking. So perhaps Member Halliday can add that to his his motion at the next meeting.
Yeah, I will. I'll explore it, because even at the CHC, they have an age-friendly parking space. So there you are.
Okay.
I'll try and cover that.
Anything else? Okay, not seeing anything. So our next item is 7.1. So the next committee meeting, so it will be on Monday, February 10th at 1:30 virtually. So last motion that the Seniors Advisory Committee adjourn at 2:08 until the next meeting or the call of the chair. Member Silverton, seconder. Member Kerr, all those in favor? That's carried.